Yes. Check here what is the official definition of cloud computing. Here from the NIST here, National Institute of Standards and Technology. Check here, cloud computing is a model for enabling convenient on-demand network access. See here, on-demand network access means what? At any time we can access, right? So on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources here. Shared pool of configurable computing resources actually means configurable computing resources means what? Already Microsoft has configured. Already Microsoft is maintaining here a collection of configurable computing resources. Means what? Just we can configure, we can start using. Configure, start using here. Means what? Suppose tomorrow I want one Windows server, one SQL machine. No need to install manually. No need to install from scratch. So already Microsoft has installed SQL Server. Already Microsoft has installed Windows also. Just remember, configure, just put some details and start using. Okay, means what? Like just put some like username, password, what is the server name you want, and what is the what other credentials what we need, like size of the machine, just to start using. That's why we have to understand here. Configurable computing resources are there as part of any cloud platform. Sure, it may be resources, maybe network, servers, storage, everything. So that can be rapidly provisioned and released. See here, provisioning means, remember, creating. Provisioning is nothing but what? Creating the resources. Yes. So release here with minimal management efforts here again. Means what here? Remember, maintenance is simple here. Its indirect meaning is what? Maintenance is very simple here. That's why we have seen that already, like in case of cloud computing platform, maintenance is simple. Means even like in case of SQL Server also, remember, maintenance is easy, very simple. In SQL Server also, if you are maintaining SQL Server in cloud platform, so yeah, maintenance is what? Very easy, very simple actually. So that's why remember, like thousands of databases we can maintain easily. Thousands of databases we can maintain here easily. Okay, so that is like yeah, one part of the definition is it. Second part of the definitions here, this cloud model consists of here 5 essential characteristics, 3 service models, and 4 deployment models. See here, means what? 5 essential character. That's why remember, any cloud computing platform has 5 essential characteristics, 3 service models, and 4 deployment models here. Okay, so that's why what are the 5 essential characteristics are there, we'll see. I mean, just remember, whenever we say it is a cloud computing platform, how we know whether it is a cloud computing platform? It must and should have these 5 essential characteristics, right? Generally, we know already whether it is a RDBMS product or not, how we can say in general. So if I want to verify whether it is a RDBMS product or not, we know already, like we have to check whether it should follow the CART rules, right? Same thing, remember, whenever we are saying that this is a cloud computing platform, this is a cloud computing platform. So how we know that whether it is a cloud computing platform or not, how exactly we can decide? That's why remember, we have to understand here, any cloud computing platform consists of these 5 essential characteristics compulsory. That is what is cloud computing definition we have seen. Just remember, cloud computing is a collection of services indirectly in a normal this is official definition, is it? So cloud computing is a collection of services here which are provided through a global collection of data centers, right? So Microsoft has built the data centers here across the globe, right? Amazon has built the data centers across the globe. So here, just we need to yeah, we need to place here like whatever the resources we want. Just we can go to data center from the data centers here. Like we can take whatever the servers we need. Okay, so anything we can take here. Okay, whatever we want, we can take the servers or storage, everything. Check here. Azure regions means, yeah, check here. Very clearly, Microsoft is showing. If I go to global networks, here previously also we have seen here, huge number of data centers are there here across the globe, everywhere here, data centers are there. That's why we can place our databases, we can place our database servers in any location. Actually, remember, all these are called regions. Various regions are there. Once again, remember, in one region, we have data centers. Region is a collection of what? Data centers. Check here, in India also, we have three regions are there. Chennai, Pune, Mumbai. Three regions are there. In each region, we have generally three data centers are there, physical data centers are there for redundancy and recovery purpose. Okay, that's why remember we have Microsoft has invested huge monies here. All these are physical wires actually, not just drawing the line like this. All these are physical wires here which are connected, yeah, across the data centers here. And Microsoft is saying we have laid this GBPS network again, not MBPS network, very high speed network between the data centers. That's why we have to understand here, any cloud platform is a collection of data centers. Through that data centers, they are providing the services. That's why any cloud platform is a collection of data centers which is providing a collection of services. Collection of services. It may be everything is there in the form of service here. Everything is there in the form of service means what? Indirectly, we have to understand. Indirectly, we have to understand services through services means what? There is no need of fixed payment, right? Generally you are taking some internet service from internet service provider, so we are paying like monthly wise, for example, right? Same thing here also. Remember, let's say tomorrow you want to create a server in Microsoft Azure, so we can pay, depends on the size of the server. Remember, we are paying monthly, we are paying hourly cost is there, per minute cost is also there. That is like we have to understand, every cloud computing platform consists of what? Five essential characteristics. 1 second, I will connect the charger. Once. Right. Here five essential, these are still like a definition we have seen, cloud computing definition we have seen. Check here, what are the five essential characteristics? Are this here? On demand self-service. Means what? At any time we can create the machines, we can create the databases here at any time by our own. No need to request something to everyone. Okay, no need to request something to everyone. Right, that is like on-demand self-service, is it? Broad network access, we can access from any location. Rapid elasticity. Another important cloud computing features here, elasticity. Means what? At any time we can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources here. That is called elasticity. Okay, right. So measured services. Suppose today here we have, in case of elasticity, see today we are using 32 GB RAM server. We can increase it up to 64 GB RAM at any time. Again, if want, we can decrease back. Like this, like elasticity is it? Measured services here. Measured services means what? Depends on usage only we are paying. No need to pay fixed amount. Measured services. Then resource pooling is it? Resource pooling means what? Like all the resources are available in the cloud data center. Just configure, start using. Configure, start using here. Right. Those are the five essential characteristics are there, and three major services are there. Generally, the services of cloud computing we can divide into what? These three major categories. Right? IaaS is their infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Already we know cloud computing is a collection of what? Services, and that services are divided into these three categories in general. IaaS is their infrastructure as a service, where we can create the infrastructure. Means what? We can create the servers, we can create the networking components, we can create the storage. Okay, so everything's here like means working with the hardware resources comes under what? IaaS. Means suppose tomorrow I want to create one dedicated server, our own server, then we can go with what? IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Means I want to create my own server, dedicated server. Then next year, platform as a service is there. Sir, instead of maintaining our own dedicated server, so what we can do, we can maintain our databases in a shared environment, shared server. Means what? Microsoft is maintaining one server. In that one instance is there. In that SQL instance, I am maintaining my two databases. Other clients are maintaining their databases. Means what? In a shared instance, multiple databases are there. In a shared instance, multiple databases are there from different clients. That is your PaaS. But here what? We can create our own dedicated server here. Means we can shut down that server, we can restart the server. Means what? Complete server is there in our hand. So here it is a shared environment. Only we can access our DB level only. DB level only. We can't access hardware level. PaaS means we have to understand already, like hardware plus platform. Hardware plus platform means what? Hardware plus platform is nothing but our SQL server, for example. In general, remember, in case of in simple language, we have seen already, like see, in case of IaaS means, let's say tomorrow I'm purchasing one laptop, we have seen already, like we are getting hardware, we are getting plus OS we are getting, right? That is IaaS. Here later we have to install what SQL server we need, which Oracle server, which one we want, platform we have to install. After installing SQL server, then we have to start working with. And it is a dedicated laptop, my own laptop, for example. Whereas in case of PaaS, remember, In case of PaaS, it is a shared environment. Here also we have hardware is there, means underlying hardware is there, plus OS is there, plus platform is also there. SQL Server is also there, means in our terminology. No need to install SQL Server. Already SQL Server is installed and configured. Just we have to place our databases. We have to start working with our databases. Here, see, we need to install SQL Server here. And once again, remember, past second point we have to understand, means platform is also there. Second point we have to understand, it is a shared environment. Shared environment means what? So it is not dedicated environment, means like my databases are there in the same SQL instance. Other client databases also may be there. That's why here cost is very less. In PaaS, remember, cost is less as compared with IaaS. Why? Because it is a shared environment. That's why for startup people, small scale databases whose size is up to 1 TB in general share, they can place in the shared environment, PaaS environment. Whereas here, see, in IaaS, remember, like if the database size is more than 1 TB, in general, we'll create our own dedicated server here. We'll maintain the databases here. Right. Whereas SaaS is that software as a service, right? As a IT company, let's say I'm running one small company, for example. As a IT company, what we can do, we can purchase either IaaS or PaaS services from Microsoft. We'll add our own application, means our front end part plus databases here. So we can provide this to our clients here, end users or non-IT companies as a SaaS applications here. Means what? Let's say I'm running one small company. What I will do? I will take IaaS or PaaS services from Microsoft. I will add my own application, like school management application is there, for example. I will add my application. That application I will allow the users, means what? I will allow my clients to create a subscription and start using my application. Means what? That's why remember, SaaS is for non-IT companies, means end users. We have to understand end users here. Like generally, we have seen like Office 365 is there. The same way like Salesforce or like Google Sheets, something are there, right? So those are SaaS applications. You no need to install in our laptop. Okay, directly just connect and start using. Right. That's remember, like here, see, we are purchasing, understood, right? As a IT company, we can take IaaS or PaaS services from Microsoft. We'll add our own application. We'll provide it to our end users as a SaaS application. Right. Right. These are still like three services are there as part of SQL Server. Sorry, as part of any cloud computing platform. We can divide the services into three major categories: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Again, say like coming to our SQL Server, as a SQL Server DBA. So in IaaS, remember, we can create our own dedicated machine with SQL Server. Means our own SQL Server machine we can create here. See, in IaaS, by using which we are calling it as Azure SQL VM. See it? Whenever we see the word Azure SQL VM, it's meaning that it is a dedicated server virtual machine. VM is what? Virtual machine. It is a dedicated server which is there as part of what? Microsoft Azure. Dedicated server where we can take remote desktop of the server, means complete server is there in our hand with 32 GB RAM or 64 GB RAM with required OS, with required SQL Server like 2019, 2017. Okay, so that's remember like today, today in on-premises environment, we are working with what? Today in on-premises environment, we are working with servers plus our SQL instances, right? For example, same will work with the same features in Microsoft Azure or cloud with this Azure SQL VM. Means what? We can create our own dedicated server. We can start working with here in Microsoft Azure. Understood, right? Yes. Just remember, our machine is not there in our on-premises environment. The server is there in the cloud data center. We can configure, if you are going with Azure SQL VM, we can configure log shipping, mirroring, always on replication. Whatever the features we need, we can configure here. Same features which we are working. In case of what? On-premises environment. Whereas remember, like here, in case of like PaaS environment also, we have some services are there here also. In PaaS also, we have two options are there. If you want to maintain SQL Server in a PaaS environment or shared environment, indirectly we can understand. So here also we have two major services are there here also. Check here, Azure SQL Database. Means whenever we see Azure SQL Database, it comes under PaaS, Platform as a Service, which is a database level service where we have access to our database only. And already we have discussed, whenever you see Azure SQL Database, it comes under PaaS environment, and it is a shared uh, service, or it is a dedicated environment, Azure SQL Database. We can use the chart panel. We can use, if any questions are there, you can type here, or you can unmute yourself also, just to avoid disturbance in the recording. Yeah, I have not provided. Yeah, Asrar is saying it is a shared environment. Understood it? Ramesh, any doubts are there? Please feel free to type in the chat panel if any simple queries are there. Just I'm going step by step from scratch. Don't confuse anything. So yes, yeah, check here like yeah. First I have discussed what is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, and now I am discussing as a SQL Server DBA. What are the IaaS services are there? What are the PaaS services are there for us? Right? One is your Azure SQL database is there. Next year, Azure SQL managed instance is there here. SQL managed instance is there. Both comes under PaaS environment. Okay, so the total here three options are there. Here to work as a SQL Server DBA means what? To manage our databases in Microsoft Azure. Totally, we have three options. Azure SQL VM is it, where we can create our own dedicated server. I will show you now. Then Azure SQL Database is it, which is a DB level service, which is where we can maintain the databases in a shared environment. A SQL managed instance is also there as part of PaaS. We'll see that differences. First, just you understand here, SQL VM and Azure SQL Database. Okay, right. Managed instance, we'll talk about that in detail. Okay, let's say first we'll create one Azure SQL VM, we'll create practically. So yesterday I have shown you how to create Azure SQL database yesterday. Very simple. I can show both in the today's class, no need to worry. So again, after that, say like just what are the options are there? We are discussing what is what. Later we'll go in detail one by one. We'll see Azure SQL VMs, then Azure SQL databases like this here. One by one, we'll go with. Okay, yes. Just once again, I will connect to the portal, and generally we have seen already, like to start working with Microsoft Azure. First here, like we need to create a account, azure.microsoft.com here, azure.microsoft.com. Here we can create a free account, start free. Okay, first, first create one Outlook email, any Gmail also we can use, anyone. After that, yesterday's here, like I have entered this email ID. Once we create a account, then here we have to, agreement is it. So, subscription agreement is it. Then we have to go with here, we have to identify ourselves. Means what we have to, enter some card informations here, credit card information. Okay, so just Microsoft will deduct 2 rupees here. Okay, Microsoft will deduct 2 rupees, so that just for validation purpose, authentication purpose, again they will revert back after 3-4 days. We'll get back the 2 rupees again, and this account we can use till 1 month. Till 1 month, remember, we can practice with all the services, or till generally once we create a account, Microsoft will add say 13,300 in our account, so which we can use for 30 days. 30 days here. Once after 30 days, remember, like account is disabled. Account is disabled. So if want, we can enable by converting into some paid option. Otherwise, we can delete the account. Very simple steps are there here. We can create the free account. We can create to start practicing. Once this account is created successfully, once this free account is created successfully, then we can connect to the portal. We can start working with. Okay, so one is here, once the account is ready. Second one here, we can connect to the through the portal by using say portal.azure.com. First URL we have seen azure.microsoft.com to create what? Free account. Okay, second URL here, once the account is ready, then we can go to portal.azure.com. See here, portal.azure.com. See here, by using this URL, we can connect to the portals here. Okay, so we can connect to the portal. We can start working with. Okay, right. So that is like still the total account is not created completely. That's why it is asking. Generally, we can connect to the portal once the account is ready. Yes. Check here, like once the account is ready, then means once the account is created successfully, see here, like I have entered into account successfully, IT school at outlook.com. Check here. These are the various services are there here. Yeah, we can create here like a SQL databases here by using this service, which comes under PaaS. We have seen directly we can create the database. No, already Microsoft has installed SQL Server. Directly we are creating databases here. Here see in virtual machines what we can do. We can create our own dedicated servers. We can create with required operating system with required SQL version. Okay, virtual machines. We have storage account is there where we can create the storage. Virtual networks are there. Virtual networks are there where we can create the networks. Azure Active Directory is there, important for us. Like how we can create our own local Active Directory. Same we can create in Microsoft Azure also, which is Azure Active Directory. Even we can merge here local AD with Azure AD. Even we can merge local AD with what? Azure AD also here. Okay, so I will show you that practically. Some other services are there, monitoring and automation, some services. These are the various services are there. But as a Microsoft at SQL DBA, we have to work with SQL databases, virtual machines, storage accounts. Briefly, we need knowledge. Virtual networks, we need some knowledge. Azure Active Directory and monitoring and automation services. These 5, 6 services we need here for SQL DBAs. Just check here after creating the account is created successfully, it is saying, but we have to create a free trail. Just I have not entered credit card details, right? Previously it was asking. After creating the account, we can enter into Azure successfully. But if we want to start working with, we have to create what? Free trail. We have seen, like we have to enter these credit card details. Once we enter the credit card details, then the subscription is created. Free subscription is created for how much credits. These credits are added, say 13,300. Then we can start working with. Okay, so that is like yeah, simple options are there. Here we can create a free subscription. We can start working with. Like this here, just you can try like this. You can create a free subscription. I will create again later, but I have one more subscription is there already with me. Just I will enter with that subscription. I will create one virtual machines here. Means dedicated server I will create. This is here. Azure SQL VM I will create. One by one we'll see all the three. Later we'll start with in detail. First we'll go with databases, then this, like this here, one by one. Just here for demo purpose, all the three I will show you. We can understand what are the differences are there. Right, just 1 minute, I will log into another account. Yes, 1 second. Yes, check here. I have entered into the portals here, portal.azure.com. Let's say I will create a virtual machine with our SQL server. We can search here. See here, create a resource option is it. So here we can create here SQL Server 2016, which version we want. See here, ready-made images are there, predefined images are there. We can use those images here directly. Check here SQL Server. Even like BYOL options are there here. Bring your own license. Means what if the client has already existing license is there with the client, so we can they can use that license to reduce the cost. To reduce the cost, bring your own license here. BYOL. Okay, yes, next. All these are ready-made templates are there. Just we have to select which template we want. We can create the machines here. All these are BY. Here see SQL Server 2016 SP1 on Windows Server 2016. For example, one image is it. I will take this image. Which edition you want? It is asking here. Web edition or standard edition or enterprise edition. Something's here. Let's say if you want to go with developer edition is free license edition. and the express edition is also free already, we know, right? Let's say if I'm going with the enterprise edition, we'll see what is the cost. Just remember, we have to put some system details. We have to put here resource group. It is asking. We can create a new resource group, or we can use existing one. We'll see machine names here. See, already Microsoft has made this machine ready. Just we have to put our credentials. We have to start using the machine. Okay, right. Check here like one is say like machine name, like we can create a machine, like any machine, like a SQL virtual machine 2016 something here. This is our system name, machine name. In which place you want to create the machine, it is asking any location. Check your image. We have selected already 2016 SP1 on enterprise edition. Which like what size of the machine you want, it is asking here. 8 CPUs, 56 GB RAM machine cost is here almost all 800, 60,000 monthly. Or we can go with the small images also. For example, 8 GB machine I want, only 8 GB RAM machine. Its cost is here like 154, almost all 10,000 here. Its cost is almost all 10,000 rupees here. Okay, right, right. So that is like uh, yeah. So that is like yeah. We can select here which machine we want. Yes. Then here username, provide some username. Means this is machine username password, actually system username password through which we can take remote desktop. Then here like RDP is open. Already we have seen, again if you have like existing license is there, we can 49% cost is reduced here if you have existing license. All the options are there, later we'll see, but yeah, maybe you are getting this message, Zahir. You are not eligible for Azure free account. Okay, okay. We'll see that later. I will check that maybe it again. No problem. Yeah, sometimes if you have already used the cards already, if you have created previously, we'll get this message. Depends on some location wise also, we'll get this message. Right. Check here. I will go to SQL Server settings. We'll see all this later. Like I want to allow SQL Server public connectivity. Means what? We can connect through SSMS directly. The SQL which is running in this machine, we can connect through SSMS what directly here. Public, I'm saying. Port is there 1433. Default port we can change also. I want to go with SQL authentication, right? We have both Windows authentication and SQL authentication here also same. Some other details are there like automated backups here. Automated patching is there by default, which is enabled Sunday night 2 o'clock here. Microsoft itself will apply the patches at OS level plus SQL level. See, default maintenance window is what? 2 a.m. Sunday 2 a.m. Okay. Like various things we can automate actually, later we'll see. Just trying to show you how simply we can create a server in Microsoft Azure. Its cost is here $0.2 it is showing here. $0.2 means almost all 16 rupees, 17 rupees here per hour. Means what with see, we are using enterprise edition, right? That's why its cost is here 16 rupees per hour. Means what, depends on how many hours we are running, that much of cost is there. Means what, if you are shutdowning like daily 8 hours we are running the machine, night times I don't want to run, I want to shut down the machine, for example. So cost will reduce. Create. So like this, once we say create, the machine will be ready with one SQL default instance of 2016 with SP1. Machine will be ready within 8 to 10 minutes time. Machine will be ready within what? 8 to 10 minutes time, depends on the data center yeah, number of transactions currently. Like this, like how simply we are creating one separate dedicated machine we are creating. This once this machine is ready, we can take remote desktop of the machine, we can connect and we can start working with. Okay, right. So that is a like complete machine we have created. In that machine, we have SQL Server, which comes under here IaaS, where we have seen Azure SQL VM virtual machine, right? So Azure SQL VM virtual machine. Whereas like under PaaS, we have seen Azure SQL database. One more is that we have seen managed instance. We'll see that Azure SQL database is there. Here see database level service. Here see no need to create a machine, no need to create SQL instance. Directly we'll create a database in a shared environment. Shared environment. Check here very fastly. I will create this one also, Azure SQL database. Same thing if I go to portal, let it be continue. It will continue, no problem. So we'll go back to home. See here, which option is there to create a database? Here, SQL database option is there. Check here. There are no SQL databases right now. It is saying add. Very simple steps are there here. So I'm creating this Azure SQL database. I'm creating VM we have created just now. So I'm creating Azure SQL database now. Very simple steps are there here. Create a database, same thing. Subscription is there, some subscription name. We can create a resource group or we can use existing resource group. Resource groups are there to group the resources. Means what, tomorrow if want to destroy, we can delete this resource group. Okay, right. Here's the database name. You need directly database names here. No need to mention what system details. No need to mention instance details. Directly database name, sales database I want to create. I am saying here's the select a server, create new. Currently there are no servers. Means servers means what? Create new means I am not installing SQL Server, remember. So just what I am doing. So I'm creating a endpoint. Already SQL is there. Already Microsoft has installed SQL Server. I'm creating a endpoint. Through this endpoint, I will connect to this database. That is the meaning we have to understand. Here see endpoint I am creating optimize 33, any names here. Generally its format is like this. Endpoint name what we are providing dot database dot windows dot net. Means what, if you see some server with this format, we have to understand that it is a PaaS environment. Very simple. Okay, right. Same thing, to access this database, what are the credentials you want to provide? It is saying, okay, where do you want to place this database in East to US? Here we can select the region. See, already we have seen just now, we have various regions are there across the globe. So always remember the client is from Australia. We have to create in Australia only. We can create anywhere, but IO cost will increase, right? That's why remember in the same location we have to create. Okay, correct, correct. Yeah, endpoint is like yes. Then after that's it. After that, we have some elastic pool. Something is there. Later we'll see. Here see like we can select here how much database size we want. Here see we have some tiers are there: basic, standard, premium. So here see in case of basics, our database can grow up to how much GB? Here in basic tier, database can grow up to 50 GB. Okay, for example, and yeah, with 5 DTUs are there, database transaction units per second. We'll talk about later, confusion may be there. Just I'm not going in detail. Again, in standards here, the database can grow up to 250 GB here maximum. Okay, so that's it for startup clients. For startup applications, PaaS is better, right? We can reduce the cost. Yes. So that's why Azure SQL DB is better here for a startup application. See, here cost is almost all $15, means almost all 1,100 rupees per month here. Okay, so with 10 DTUs per second, 10 database transaction units per second, means 10 users can work parallelly. In case of premiums here, the database can grow up to 1 TB here. 1 TB. So here size different options are there here. Let's say I'm going with basic, which is regularly used 10 DTUs per second up to 250 GB. For this database, we have to pay monthly how much cost? 1,000 rupees here. Means what? We are not purchasing any hardware. We are not purchasing SQL Server license. No need to perform like patching by our own. Everything Microsoft will handle. Security, everything. Check here, apply, review and create. Same price it is saying, estimated cost per month, create. So very simply, we can create our database here. Very simply, we are creating the database. We'll see here our machine is ready or not. Still it is saying deployment in progress. Both deployments are going on. But this database is created very fastly within 2 to 3 minutes time maximum. But this it is creating the machine still taking time from 7 minutes back. So still it is creating one by one part of the machine which is taking time. Okay, yeah, still it is taking. So our database is created very fastly. Why? Because already SQL Server instance is there. Just a endpoint is created with the name OPT33. After that, remember our empty database is created very fastly. Understood, right? How we are creating data. Yeah, understood, right? How easily we are creating a database in PaaS. In case of IaaS, we are creating our own dedicated server. Right. Once the database is ready, what we can do, we can create, we can connect to this database from any locations here. No, no, no. That VM is different. That is virtual machine we have created. In that, automatically SQL Server instance is created. Okay, that comes under what? IaaS. Without creating a VM, directly we can create a database here by using what? SQL database service. This comes under PaaS. Both are different, don't confuse. So that, okay? Yeah, yeah, correct. So that Azure SQL VM I have shown you as a demo for IaaS, infrastructure as a service, where we are creating our own dedicated server. This I have shown you PaaS example, platform as a service, where we have Azure SQL database service. I think yes, it is ready. It is saying, see, deployment is success. It is saying, go to resource. Machine is ready. See, virtual machine we have created, right, with this name. Machine is ready, which is running here. Machine is running. What is there in this machine? Windows operating system is there, right? So we have taken this size 8 GB machine. This is the public. This is also ready now. Here, database is also ready. We'll see later. First, we'll check this machine. public IP is there. Here through this public IP, we can take remote desktop of this machine. We can start working. Okay, we can take what remote desktop. Check here, connect. Now anyone can take remote desktop now. We have created this machine in US region. Maybe still it is taking some time. Yeah. So yeah, like this here, by using connect option, directly we can connect with what? RTP, remote desktop. We can start working with the machines here, complete machine. In this machine, we can install one more instance also. By default, default instance is created. Default instance, SQL Server, default instance. Here we can shut down the machines here. We can restart also. Means if I shut down the machine, remember there is no cost. We'll try again. Still it is taking time. Yeah. We'll come back again. If I go back to home, if I go to SQL database, this also we have created just now, right? With the name sales. Open this. Check here, this is the server, right? opt33.database.windows.net. So by using this server name, we can connect from anywhere, but we have to set the firewalls here. If I say add client IP, this is my IP actually right now. It is added in the firewalls here. Suppose let's say I want to allow you, for example, Asrar is there. I want to allow him. Then he should check like this. What is my IP? Suppose yeah, if you send the IP, for example, that IP I can add here, okay, with some name. Then he can also connect. Like this here, like IPs should be added here in the firewall, then it allows connectivity. Otherwise, by default, not accepted. Connection is not accepted. Okay, I have configured firewall. I will go back. I will connect through the server names here. Open SSMS now. I will connect to this database here through this server name. Like this is how simply we have created one database here with the name sales. Check here, paste the server name, opt33.database name. Then here, like provide the login credentials, connect, connected successfully, see, right? So once it is connected successfully, here our database is their sales database. We can work with this database here. We can connect to this database from anywhere, means by configuring the firewall, we can start working. See here, there no other options are there here, see. Okay, so no other options are there like replication, server objects, management. Even there is no SQL Server agent also here. Okay, no login we have created, right? So here, while creating the machine, while creating the endpoint, after mentioning this OPT33, then I have entered login name, password. Next. So through that login, I am connecting. Yes. So check here how simply we can create. But here, see, in case of PaaS, remember, there are no other options like agent is not there, replication option is not there, like various options are not there. Whereas in IaaS, just now we have created one server, right? Check here, go back to home, virtual machine, see here. Very simple. Here we have created this SQL VM 2016 one virtual machine. This is the public IP. See here, right? Through public IP, we can connect to SQL servers here, which is running in these virtual machines here. Directly, we can connect with the public IP. Check here, connect. RDP, we can take complete machine remote desktop. We can take one option. Second option is what? We can connect directly to SQL server, which is there in that machine through SSMS. Second option. Okay. Complete RDP we can take, as well as we can connect to server also through SSMS here. Maybe some problem is there, still taking time. One second, I will restart the machine one time. Okay, it should be connected actually. Restarting virtual machines here. Okay, refresh. Running it is in, maybe still not restarted. Okay. Okay, let's say yeah, now starting machine here. Starting the machine, it is saying now. Okay. Yeah, running it is saying now. Let's say we'll try to connect again through remote desktop. Connect RTP. Okay. Okay, maybe some problem is there. No problem. So what I will do, I'll go to here, networking, inbound rule. I will add inbound rule, which inbound rule is CPIP. Okay, RDP. RDP I'm adding inbound rule, allow default port number. Okay, okay, apply. Yeah, CPIP. Okay, created rule it is saying. Okay, check one time. Where is the rule? RDP. Yes, check it. 3389 is the default port number for RDP. Let's say I will try again. Connect with the MSTSC we can open. We can use this IP also directly. Okay. Yeah, now it is accepting. Actually, it should be added. We'll see later why it is not added. No problem. Okay. So just I'm providing here credentials here, username, password of this machine. I'm taking remote desktop of the machines here. See here, like how we can take remote desktop of the machine which is there in on-premises server. We can take same say remote desktop of the machine. We can start working with this server. This is our own dedicated server. Say 2016 OS is it. In that SSMS is also installed automatically. and one default instance is created automatically here. This. This is our own dedicated server. So here we can install one more instance also. By default in C drive, we have SQL Server software is there in this machine. So we can install one more instance also whenever it is required. Okay. And so this machine RAM storage, everything we can increase, we can decrease also at any time. Yes, taking time, 8 GB RAM we have taken, maybe, so it is taking some time. Okay. Right. So still taking, and we have seen that whatever the instance is running in this machine, so same instance we can connect here through SSMS also here. Suppose I will open SSMS in my machine. See here, what is the public IP here of this? This is the public IP of the instance, right? Machine public IP. Copy this public IP. Through this public IP, we can connect to SQL Server. Okay, directly share. Means both the options are there. Means if SQL Server is running in a VM virtual machine, we can connect through yeah, RDP complete server. We can take remote desktop of the server. Or second option is what? Through SSMS also we can connect to that instance. Both the options are there here. We it is slow actually, see, taking time. Yeah, check here SSMS default instance is created with the same system name. So we can connect to that instance. So here connected successfully. But see, in case of virtual machine, we have total same options here, what we are working today. Means what in IaaS, we have same options. We can configure here log shipping, mirroring, always on everything. But in PaaS, right, Azure SQL database, all these options are not there. But PaaS has its own high availability features. Okay, yeah, it is taking time. I think but it's slow. Yes, yeah, that's why timeout we are getting. It should be connected actually. Like this here, both the options are there. Means we can take complete machine remote desktop. We can take. Second one is what? Second one is what? We can take only SQL instance. We can connect directly through SSMS. Both the options are there here. Okay. Understood it? Like remote desktop we can take. We can connect through SSMS also. Just I will say sign out here. We can shut down the machine here also, or through portal also we can shut down. Yes. Here also we can shut down the machines here through portal also. Okay, both the options are there. This is like how we are. It is taking Slow network is there. That is the problem. Otherwise, it can be connected successfully. Understood it? Major differences we have to understand here. In case of IaaS, we have SQL VM is there where we can create the complete server. We can work with same features like log shipping, mirroring, everything. Second one we have seen in case of PaaS, we have Azure SQL database is there, which is a DB level service, which is a shared service whose cost is very less, but we have limited options are there in case of what PaaS platform as a service, we have limited options. Okay, right. One question is there like the database will be 24, yeah, 24 by 7 until unless we are not stopping the server 24 by 7. Yeah, 24 by 5 also we can run. We can schedule actually. We can mention the shutdown timings. We can mention date and time. We can define shutdown date and time. Automatically server is shut down or at that date and time. If want only 5 days a week you want to run the server, we can shut down the machine actually by mentioning that date and time. What happened to this? I think we have selected SQL Server public only, right? While configuring, yes, I have selected in SQL Server configuration. Mhm. It should allow by default, right? Is taken. SQL Server Enterprise Edition we have taken, virtual machine we have taken. Okay, okay, yeah. Data server is online. SQL configuration. Okay. SQL connectivity, I think we have defined public only, I hope. Is public only SQL connectivity. Then, yeah, SQL connectivity. Yes, we have taken public only while creating. Should accept actually. Means if it is other than public, then we can't connect directly through SSMS. If it is public, remember, directly we can connect through SSMS. Maybe network is slow here, no problem. You can try one time. Again, anyhow, we'll see in the IaaS one by one. Yes. Okay. Right. This is how we are creating here. Virtual machine we have created and SQL DB also we have created. Okay. Right. Differences, I think we have understand. In case of SQL machine, complete server we are creating, whereas in case of yeah, database, only database level service it is, where we are working with a particular DB only. In case of what database, SQL database, it is a database level service where we are working with only particular DB. Let's say we'll conclude the session here. Once again, we'll see major differences between Azure SQL VM, Azure SQL DB, and managed instance in the tomorrow's class. Then first we'll start with the Azure SQL database service. Okay, one by one we'll see. Right.